Beautiful Sagittarius friends, the career, the legacy, the public image, something in how you've been seeking success needs to be released now. And this is the perfect week for it because that's what the astrology is here to do for you. Let's find out more. This video is a forecast for your sun, moon, or your rising sign. You can check out all three videos if you would like, and they'll tell you how the stars are going to affect your life this week. I'm Kesenya, and welcome to the Astro News and Weather Report for the second week of July 2026. Remember, friends, this is tropical Vedic astrology, not sidereal astrology. Look it up if you need to. And yes, I am a real person, not AI. Now let's jump right in to what we're looking at this week in the astral skies. And on the 10th or 11th of July, depending where you are in the world, of course, when this is actually going to be exact, Venus is going to conjunct the south node of the moon at 2 degrees of Virgo. This is a powerful energy that will bring about karmic ripening in the lives of many at this time. You could give or take a couple of days either side to see the effects of this. But people with planets at 2 degrees of Virgo are especially going to notice the impact of this transit. Now, this transit occurs on an annual basis, so it's not unusual, but it is powerful if it's interacting with your chart in a very personal way. Now, addressing relationship issues, reactivating your creative voice, or honestly facing your financial situation, these are some of the ways that this interaction might express. Now, if you sense a lack in these areas of life, or if you have difficulties at the moment in these areas of life, this transit is asking you to focus on releasing what is destroying you, holding you back, keeping you from your best expression in this regard. So this might look like releasing negative attitudes, reflecting on your past behaviors with money, with women or men, with lovers. And it's a chance for us to do something about it. Especially, we all make mistakes. None of us are really victims. We actually have control and power over our lives. It's about a matter of choice. Venus is the planet that rules choice. And so this is giving us the chance to readdress old issues, old wounds, old hurts, and do something about it. To take back control over financial circumstances, relational circumstances, attitudes, and to implement the power of choice that Venus gives us. What can we do then to address these old, things that come bubbling up to the surface? We can journal. We could do dance therapy or some kind of art therapy or music therapy to heal and release the wounds caught in the body regarding those things. We could create a releasing ritual. I've shared with my Patreon family on many occasions various rituals for certain astrological configurations that allow us to move beyond our stuck patternings. So if you're part of the Patreon family, you might like to refer to one of those rituals that we've shared in the past. Or if you're familiar with these sorts of things, you might like to create your own ritual to release the hurts and the traumas that we may have around Venusian things at this time. There is never a better time in the astral year to release hurts and traumas associated with Venus than when it is crossing the south node of the moon, because the south node of the moon is to let go, to release, to excrete anything to do with Venus energy, which, if you follow astrology, you will know is relationships, is money, is our ability to know pleasure. It is our ability to choose our own adventure, to choose the life that we want. So under this influence, your soul can be freed from these burdens, and this leaves you in a lighter place, a brighter place, ready for new energy to come rushing into your life because you've cleared the slate, so to speak, during this transit, and that opens up room for new wonderful things to take their place once this transit is over. But what is this energy, Venus with the South Node, not helpful for? Well, it's a dreadful time to do anything to do with beautification. Don't go and get your hair cut. Don't buy a whole new wardrobe, or don't redecorate the house under this energy. It won't do you any favors because the beauty, the aesthetics of Venus are equally depleted when it crosses the South Node. So when this transit passes, get my words out, You may find that that bright purple bathroom was not really what you wanted after all. Damn it. So keep that in mind. It's also an inauspicious time to share your love for somebody, to go on a date with someone, or even to get fertility treatment. Now, of course, that's very personal to the chart that you carry yourself, but as a general influence, it's not a good energy for fertility treatment. You might also find that young women, which are ruled by Venus, might be somehow problematic in your life, a cause of trouble or heartache or upset. And even you might find, my friends, that unwanted lovers from the past return into your life, probably to clear their karmic slate, but don't be surprised if they pop up and cause you to rehash old experiences in that way. What can you do with Venus conjunct South Node energy? Well, it's a helpful energy for saying goodbye to past mistakes, as we've already discussed, and therefore it is a great clearing energy so that you can draw in new love, draw in a new financial situation, or a new experience of creativity, a new experience of elegance or beauty as this transit passes. It's a time to sow the fertile ground in readiness for the greater blessing. So I'm from a farming background, and you don't sow your seeds into thistly soil. You clear out the weeds. In this case, we're talking about the weeds of the past, so that the soil, the field is ready for the new seeds to be sown. And that's what we're doing at this time. The South Node, as I've said, is where we let things go. It's the celestial, my words struggling to come out today, the celestial recycling bin. So while Venus is what we love and how we value ourselves and what we hold on to, it does rule Taurus, which is the hoarding energy in its shadow side, of course. When the South Node and Venus meet, the universe is actually asking us, what old relationship habits, what old financial anxieties, what perfectionist tendencies are you finally ready to let go of and release? Let's look exactly at where this is happening in your chart, sign by sign. Sagittarius, when Venus is conjunct with the South Node, as it does every year, but this is a rare transit that's occurring in your 10th house because it's conjunct in Virgo, when this is occurring and it's illuminating or bringing energetic emphasis to your 10th house, and the kind of energetic emphasis it's bringing is a karmic reckoning that touches your public life, your career trajectory, your relationship to authority, and the legacy that you are building in your life. So it's a significant and important transit. Any transit that occurs in an angular house is always important, but this one, being with the nodes, very, very important because it suggests that old power patterns around how you have sought recognition or how you relate to people in positions of power or those who are above you in some way, shape, or form, or how you define success itself. This is a time when we realize we've been running in those areas of life an outdated computer programming. And it's time that we upgrade to 2.0 instead of the original programming that we came in with. Perhaps, let's use some examples here. Perhaps, Sagittarius, you've been striving for approval from a parental figure, literally or symbolically. Maybe you've been measuring your worth by titles and achievements in ways that leave you strangely empty when you reach them. This could look like maybe seeking success on a world stage that just doesn't seem to be tractioning or gaining leverage. Maybe it's an old, outdated approach that you're using, or maybe it's a karmic approach that worked in a past life for you that is no longer relevant to what the soul is wanting in this lifetime. This is also a transit, Venus with the South Node in the 10th house, that represents a female authority figure somehow being important in your life and helping you to release the past and let go. It can also indicate that the financial rewards of your career might be important somehow in helping you release what needs to be let go of. Maybe, you've had in your mind's eye that you would always achieve X amount of financial reward for the effort that you put in. And the disappointment when that doesn't arrive can be really disheartening and really, a lot of those of us in the astrology field know that feeling of putting in so much work and effort and getting very little back for it. And that's probably not just astrology, but any field as well. So any sort of wounds around that or traumas around financial remuneration for the efforts that you've put out into the world can be dealt with under this energy and released and let go of. Now, on the topic of worldly achievements and what we put out into the world as a form of career, this energy, Venus with the South Node, is saying it is not the time to launch a business on the 10th or 11th of July. It's not the time to seek a promotion. It's not the time to make yourself more publicly visible at this time, because efforts in these arenas right at this time, 10th and 11th of July, will likely not gain the traction that you hope for. Yet again, more disappointment in that regard. So I would give yourself maybe 3 or 4 days out the other side when Venus is fully separated from the South Node for the pursuit of such things, but not during the time of the actual conjunction. What it is good for, the Venus South Node conjunction, it's an ideal moment to honestly examine your motivations and to question things like, are you building the legacy that you truly want to build? Or are you building a legacy that belongs to somebody else's vision, somebody else's dream, somebody else's goal, rather than your own? Release the old ambitions, my Sagittarius friends, that were never really yours in the first place. And instead, out the other side of this transit, by clearing away all these old ambitions or efforts that were not truly you, not your Dharma, clear that away now. And that opens up the field for new seeds to be sown that are going to be more genuine in career, much more of a soulful success, and much more flourishing and abundant because they're truly yours rather than someone else's. This is the path to genuine soulful success, and it's going to become much clearer out the other side of Venus conjunct the South Node. Now, Sagittarius, if you would like me to work through your chart and the current astral energies you're experiencing with you, my readings are open again. Please book in if you'd like to. And I'm also offering a yes-no question reading these days that is very cost-effective, and it allows you to get quick answers to something that's really pertinent in your life, like, should I move to the other side of the country? Yes or no. Should I take this job? Yes or no. Yes-no questions only. But it's a really great way to utilize astrology and get quick answers from the divine.